if you are about to serve a big ham this weekend for Easter, or if you just have leftover ham and you want to use it in a different way, in a different recipe, this video is for you. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. I thought I would give you several recipes using ham so that when Easter Sunday has come and gone and you still have a lot of ham left over and you maybe want to use it in a more unique way, you'll have some options. So let's get started. Ham and potato chowder in the crock pot. It has been a minute since I have used my veggie chopper, and I don't have a ton of chopping to do today, but you know what? We're gonna use it. I'm gonna use the larger size first for my potatoes. We need 3 cups of cubed potatoes. I'm just gonna be using red, which is what I had on hand. She didn't specify. Okay, I emptied that out. I'm going to change my large blade for my smaller blade, and we're gonna dice this onion and green pepper. Okay, y'all, it is time to assemble. We only need about 1.5 cups of diced ham. I bought a package of diced ham, that's what this is, but it's definitely more than 1.5 cups, so I'm gonna not use all of it. I think we'll use the rest in omelets. I think that would be a really good use for just this little bit that's left. We need 3 cups of cubed potatoes, a can of cheddar cheese soup, a can of cream of celery soup. And I did want to add that she said she got this recipe from a magazine years ago and she's tweaked it over the years to be exactly what they like. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm not sure what magazine it was, but I love that she's been able to tweak it for their taste. The recipe calls for a can of corn. I'm just going to use my frozen corn that is still frozen to the bottom of the bowl, my diced onion and diced green pepper, 3 to 4 cups of chicken broth, 3 if you want a thicker stew or soup, and then 4 obviously if you want it a little bit thinner. Now the recipe calls for salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. All of that is in here, and it calls for about a teaspoon of each onion and garlic powder. So I'll add in a couple of teaspoons maybe of this. Now I'm just gonna give this a good stir. And this is gonna cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. And at the very end, we'll come in and add heavy cream and cheese just to thicken it up and make it like that chowder. I think she mentioned doing some crumbled bacon on top as well. Okay, it is much later in the day. It's almost time to eat. Now we're gonna add in some cheese and some heavy cream. I need 2 cups of shredded cheese, which is pretty much a block of cheese. You want some cheese? She's drooling. You want some cheese? Well, you didn't get it. Wow, that smells good already.
That smells good.
We're about to make it better. 1 cup of heavy cream is going in. And I've already turned this off. It's just on the warm setting now. And 2 cups of shredded cheese. We're just gonna let that melt and then it's gonna be time to eat.
Creamy, potatoey, cheesy, ham chowder.
Hammy.
Hammy. Whoa, that's really good. Get a little bit of the sour cream action going on here.
Yeah.
This is amazing. This is really, really, really good. The heavy cream is gonna make it creamy, but the cheese I think definitely adds
Oh yeah.
more creaminess to it. And then, but the flavoring of the ham, you can tell it's just all in this.
Good.
So there's lots of rich flavor there, and then it's got enough salt to really bring that flavor out.
Okay.
It's really rich flavoring for sure.
But it's not overly salty.
No,
Now,
not at all.
Are you mad about the fact that I forgot to make bacon to put on top of it?
No, I'm not.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure it would add to it, but
It would, but
it's still good without.
yeah. Yeah, I put this up there close to the ham in par with the hamburger soup. Probably not
Cheeseburger soup.
Cheeseburger soup, yeah. The cheeseburger soup. I think it's a close second.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and it's very similar consistency too.
Yes.
So
very similar.
It is similar. Yeah.
Definitely different flavors. I mean,
yeah.
Ham is.
Yeah, but it's up there.
Yeah, it is.
He loves cheeseburger soup. Is his all-time favorite crock pot soup. And when we were eating off camera, he said, this ranks up there with it. I said, whoa, that's a big deal. Here's everything we're gonna need. Now, if you are not really big on horseradish sauce, I'm guessing you could leave that off. It's just gonna add a good spice to it. I'm not gonna put on as much as they said in the recipe just because it's not my favorite, but I don't mind a hint of it. So just keep that in mind, but let's get started. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is spray my baking dish. Now I've got this 12 count of King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. Just to make it easier on myself for when we go to serve, I am gonna break all of them apart. You could probably just do them in one large sheet on the bottom, but just to make it a little bit easier, I'm gonna break them apart. So I thought I was recording and apparently I was not. All I did was after I put these in here, I spread just a little bit of this horseradish sauce on the bottom. I did not use nearly as much as they did in the recipe just because I don't like a very strong horseradish flavor. So Steven came in here on his lunch break and he is filming for me. Thank you, baby. Okay, now I'm gonna take my deli ham and just kind of layer it on each one. Okay, so I used this entire package of ham. Now I've got Swiss cheese. I'm gonna add that on top. So now I'm just putting the tops right back on there, and then we're gonna move over to the stove to make the sauce that goes on top of these. So I don't need much onion, and if you don't like onion, obviously you could leave this off, but I'm just gonna finely dice just this small portion of onion. So I've got this small skillet. I'm gonna heat it to medium high. So I've got half a cup of butter here. I'm gonna melt it in this skillet. I'm just gonna chop it into smaller pieces to make it melt faster. Okay, now I'm gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of our diced onion. And we're just gonna let this cook for just a couple of minutes. It's been a couple of minutes. I'm gonna add in 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. 1 tablespoon of spicy brown mustard. 1.5 teaspoons of the Dub sauce. A 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And a couple of teaspoons of poppy seeds. Okay, we're gonna turn this off and let's go pour this over top of our rolls. Now we're just going to spoon this over top. The recipe says to cover these and put them in the refrigerator for several hours or even overnight, but I was reading in the comments and people said they just put it in there for like 30 minutes and they were good to go. So that's what we're gonna do. It's been about 30 minutes. I've got our oven preheated to 350. I'm gonna leave the tin foil, aluminum foil on top for 25 minutes. And then the last 5 to 10 minutes, we will uncover it and let it bake uncovered.
Ooh, that's hot.
A little on the hot side.
Ooh, boy, that's hot. Oh boy, here we go. So much flavor in that. I mean, the first thing that you get is horseradish sauce or mustard, whatever that is. That's really good.
These are so delicious. Let me cut him out for a second. These are so delicious. I love the horseradish sauce on there is not too much, or the horsey sauce, as Arby's calls it. It's not too much. It's not too strong. I think if I would have used a 1/2 cup like they said to, it would have been too strong. But I think this is perfect. It is so good. Steven and Cole both are loving these. Like I said, they're not gonna last. We're not gonna have leftovers. This is an Instant Pot navy bean soup. Here's all of our ingredients. The only other thing we need is water and lots of it. So I'll add that in a little bit. But I'm excited that we've never used the ham base better than bouillon, so I'm excited to use that in this soup. Okay, I chopped all of my ingredients and everything is just gonna go here into the Instant Pot. I've got 16 ounces of dry navy beans. I did rinse them, but they have not been soaked. Next, we need 10 cups of water. I've got 4 cups here. And our last 2 cups. Next, I'm gonna add in this diced ham. I've got 4 small red potatoes that I chopped up. I had 4 small carrots and 3 celery stalks and an onion. And this is gonna put me right at my max line, which is, I was a little nervous about it, quite honestly. I was scared that I was gonna overfill this. Okay, the last thing that we're gonna add, but we're gonna wait until it's done, is this ham base. She doesn't say how much to use, just to use it to taste. I was about to put it in now, but I'm glad I reread that. This goes in after. So let's put the lid on our Instant Pot. We're gonna cook this on high pressure for 35 minutes, and then we'll let it naturally release for 15, and then we'll add that ham soup base. Okay, it has been slow releasing for 15 minutes. Now I'm just going to let the rest of the pressure out. Now we're just gonna add some of this bouillon in. I don't know how much to add, babe. How much do you think?
That's probably
1 teaspoon is like 1 bouillon cube. Okay, let's stir that around. All kinds of goodness in that.
Mm-hmm. You're getting squirrely with that. I like it.
I mean, I just don't know how much to add.
Right.
So I'm just gonna go with
a little bit more.
I think it was probably a tablespoon, I'm guessing, which would be like 3 bouillon cubes.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of soup. So.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we need a lot.
Yeah.
To really flavor it really well.
Oh, yeah.
Gracie Lou, no
Gracie
ma'am.
agrees. She's like, yeah.
She said, I know you got cornbread up there, Mama.
Oh, yeah.
So we have leftover cornbread that we're gonna have tonight from a couple of nights ago. Let's eat.
Talking about some ham flavor just coming right out of this.
I'm so excited.
Yes. It's really good. The ham flavor in this is outstanding.
Okay, good. So
And
is it lacking any extra flavor? Should I put more of the ham base in it?
It's got plenty of the, I mean, you can see how, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at all of those.
Yeah.
You're talking about packed full of nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
Celery and carrots.
Yep.
I'm sure you got onion in there too, which is the trifecta of
right. And then
soups.
we've got potatoes in there too.
Potato. Love the ham flavor.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Over the top.
We are missing Cole tonight. He's not here. But there'll be plenty left over for him. I'm thinking, more than likely, do you think this will freeze okay? It's got potatoes in it. I don't know. We'll have to see. If not, I'll pack up some of the extras and take it to Mama and Daddy. I'm sure they would not object.
Yeah, this is really good.
This is so yummy. We are really enjoying it.
Enjoyed.
Someone really enjoyed it. I have a feeling somebody might be going to get another bowl, possibly.
Maybe. I'm telling you what, it fills you up.
It does, yeah. All those beans in there and those potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Little girl, yeah. This recipe came from Pillsbury's website. This is chicken cordon bleu bubble up bake. The first thing we need to do is turn our oven to 350. So I'm gonna let that preheat. The second thing I need to do is shred this block of Swiss cheese. You could definitely just buy this pre-shredded. Now Now the recipe says to cut each of these biscuits into 6 pieces. So that's what we're gonna do next. I'm not gonna tell y'all how long it took me to figure out how to slice those so that it would be 6. Everything in my head was like, okay, 2 and then 4 and then 8. I could not figure it out. Moving on. Next, you need a large microwavable bowl. I'm hoping this is large enough. I think it is. In here, we're gonna add 8 ounces of the chive and onion cream cheese spread and half of our Swiss cheese, so about a cup. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that around now, but we're gonna put it in the microwave and start to melt it. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave on high for about a minute, and then we'll check it, stir it, and see how we're doing. Okay, after about 30 seconds, I took it out and stirred it and then put it in for the last 30 seconds. So our cream cheese is definitely super soft and our Swiss cheese has started to melt just a little bit. Now, I forgot to show this in the beginning, but you need 3/4 a cup of milk. I'm going to add that in and use a whisk and stir it around until it's mostly smooth. There may still be some lumps in there. Now we're gonna take our biscuit dough and just add that in. So this was a can of 8 biscuits and I separated them into 6. Okay, let's coat these really well. I've got 2 cups of chicken. I just used a rotisserie chicken. It's chopped up pretty small. And I've got 1 cup of diced ham. One last thing that the recipe does not call for, but I don't know. I know the cream cheese has flavoring already, but I just want to add a little more something. So we're gonna add in the Auntie No-No's everything seasoning. Now let's go over to our baking dish. You know what? It was just easier to bring the baking dish over here. So I've already sprayed this with nonstick spray. You need a 9x13. This is not quite a 9x13, but it's close enough. And let's just put our mixture directly in here. Now we'll just top it with our remaining 1 cup of Swiss cheese. And that's it, y'all. This is going in the oven at 350 for 35 to 40 minutes or until it is a deep golden brown and the biscuits are baked through. And then we'll top it with some green onions at the end. This smells so good. I have a good feeling about this one. I'm hoping Steven will be home soon. I just texted him, but I'm gonna give this a try. It smells so good. I was worried about the biscuits being like too doughy. They're perfect. Steven's home. He's pulling in right now. While I wait on him to come in really quickly. Y'all, this is good. It's got great flavor. I love the chicken and the ham. The biscuits are perfect. It's cheesy. Highly recommend. So when Steven came home, he was with a friend and the friend came in and I was not expecting that. I was very happy to have food to offer for both of them, but I didn't want to get the camera out while his friend was here. So we've eaten, his friend has left. What do you have to say about it?
Well, I'm surprised.
Yeah, he didn't know.
I'm surprised because, yeah, I had no idea, number one. And then I found out that there was a sneaky little ingredient in there that actually didn't taste like it, but it was cream cheese. Yeah. And I have to admit, I thought it tasted more like a ranch mixture or like sour cream and something like sour cream and onion, something like that. Yeah. So the cream cheese definitely threw me off, but I have to admit, it was very tasty.
He liked it.
It didn't have the overwhelming, cream cheese flavor that normally happens when you use too much cream cheese. So I thought it was just the right amount. Did you use the leftover ham, or was that another ham?
No, it was new ham. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the ham was a great
addition to that.
A great addition, protein for that. That was great.
Okay.
Yeah, good job. You said you were going to say something first.
I just did.
No, you didn't.
Something.
It's time for me to help.
Why are you recording me?
Because I want to. Because I know if I have the camera up here, you'll look at me and I'll get to see your face. You just look funny.
I look funny.
Your face is funny.
Your face is funny.
Okay.
Before we started filming, just now I said, do I have anything all over my face? He said, and I quote, yeah, you got something like right here and right here. And I'm like looking at him. And then I realize he's talking about my glasses. You didn't lock it down.
I did lock it down.
No, you didn't.
I locked it.
Dance. You know you want to. Little dance.
Been a while.
It's been a minute. Okay.
I'm gonna let you do the talking.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to share my joy of this newly organized or reorganized drawer. I wish I would have shown you the before. It was awful. You could hardly open this drawer. I found these little kind of flexible containers at Target, and I found a configuration that works really well in here, and I'm very happy about it. And now I forgot why I got in here. Oh, I know why. I need a, what is this called? Not a shredder. Why do I keep wanting to call this a shredder? I've been doing that. A peeler. She has known this cornbread is up here. Okay, my goodness. Was that good cornbread? You got it on your head. How did you get so many crumbs on your head, honey? How did that happen? Well, I gotta get it off. I'm sorry.